Hey everybody, welcome back to the page. We've been getting a little rain today, and I am so thankful for that. It's just unbelievable. I don't know if it's too late for the garden stuff to do any good or save it or not, but I can hope. I have been really blessed with what has come off, and I did see some good peppers, and I think I may, if it rains like it is right now, the rest of the night or for a couple hours, it might get me another setting of beans, be another 2 or 3 bushel beans I can get in. And the corn is just now about hip high, and it might go ahead and push it on up and get it tossing and stuff like that. But today, this old SKS, somebody converted it to these high capacity magazines, which is easy to do. But they've lost the little 10 round magazine that went to it, and I've got one here from another gun. And what I was wanting to do is show you how to go ahead and swap this back to a 10 round magazine, or if you do the opposite of what I'm doing, when you take the magazine out, that's all you have to do is take the magazine out, and then you can go to these high capacities. But I like the old SKS. This one here is from I'm gonna say the mid '80s. It's a Chinese SKS, and I've got a old Romanian SKS that I put a Monte Carlo stock on and everything, and made it sporterized it. And I like this one, and I still like the 10 round magazine, which makes it legal to hunt with. And it's heavier with that composite stock. But I do have the wood stock and everything to this one to put it back if I ever decide to. And what I'm going to do is show you how to pop this apart. It's real simple. These guns were made to, be real quick and easy to fix. But I'm going to take it out of this sled for right now, because you have to have a pretty stable surface to be able to pop it out with. Now, let me see if I can angle you down a little bit. Let me prop you up so you can see what I'm doing. Well, that ain't hardly going to be enough, but I'll show you what I'm doing here. Shoot. Right here on the back of the trigger guard is a little button that you can push. And that's how you release the trigger assembly and everything away from the stock. And basically, you might be able to see it there. You just take and catch it right here and push it forward. Just that simple, it pops out. And then you just take this out, and then the stock should slide off the barrel, and then you just have the barrel left. I'm not going to go into any depth with this one, like taking it apart and cleaning it right now. We'll do that later. Okay. Now this, like I said, does not match this gun, but I'm going to see if it'll work on it. And right here, right in front of your bolt, here's your bolt. Look straight up the barrel, and right there, there'll be a little old thing with a lip. See it? Now this has a lip. You just got to catch that inside this. I'm just checking it right now for see if it'll even go in it. And this gun is empty. Please make sure when you do any kind of repairs of guns that they are empty. And then you pull the bolt back, and that lets this clip slide back into place. And see, it won't come out. Okay. Now I'm just wanting to check it to make sure that nothing's too tight or too loose or anything like that, just to make sure it will hold up. And then see, when your trigger assembly goes back in, I'm going to show you off the stock. When this goes back in, it goes right here. You got two little slots. This has a little pin sticking out on each side right there. See it in the front? Let me put this down right here. And then there's one over here the same. Okay. Them two go right here in that. Okay, then you want to see if all this will line up to go back on the gun once you snap it in place. And it does appear that it will. So, let me just check it. Yeah, it will. See how it all went together and clicked? Even though it's outside the stock, that tells you that everything will go back together, and it will use this 10-round magazine. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it back up. You got a spring normally right there to assist you popping it up. So I don't have it right now, but I'm going to try to use my fingers to jump it up. There we go. I got it right there. See this little spring right here on the stock? That's what pops it up when you mash that little thing. Now where this one has a sling on it, I got to make sure that I don't get my sling crossed up in some odd way. Make sure that all this will fit. And it seems like it will. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the bolt back again and pull the 5-round magazine out of it. Okay. What you want to do is set your stock, but where this one does have this slang, I want to make sure I don't loop this slang up in some odd way. It'd been easier to take that off. Okay, right here in the front, right here, you got a little piece that slides up on the wood part of your gun. And when you get that in place, you just slide everything into place and make sure your gun or the stock fits tightly to the barrel and stuff. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this, reach in here, and slide it back in like we did before when it was off the gun. Okay, there it went. Now, once again, I got to pull the bolt back, so I'm going to leave a little bit of a pressure there. But I pull the bolt back and it'll click into place right there. Okay. Now, all there's to do is put the trigger assembly back, and it goes right back in them two little holes I showed you before. In the back of that Hold on just a second. Everything needs to slide forward. Now it's going to be hard to mash to get back together. I just seem to be having a little bit of an issue with fitting here when I get the stock on it. And right there, it just went back together. Then you just close your magazine, and there it is back together with a 5-round magazine in it. Now, if you wanted to take it to the high capacity magazines, just take this loose, take your trigger assembly out, take this out here, out of the guns like I put it in, and then these will just snap into it and click into place. But they just something about seeing it in its kind of its original condition. Somebody has put a different thing back here for a scope, but it's good and tight and everything, so I'm gonna leave it. I may end up putting me a scope on this later. Now this Romanian SKS here, see, it's got, somebody's put a flash suppressor on it, which it don't hurt the gun. And, you know, it's in relatively real good shape. And, I just took and sporterized it so you could deer hunt with it. And this one here comes with a real good butt plate on it, or you know, the stock plate on it, butt plate. That's got plenty of recoil to it. Even though these guns don't, you know, kick hard, and it ain't hard to change these stocks. You just replace this stock with whatever, you know, you replace your wooden stock with these synthetics the same exact way. But up here on the top, right at the front of your sight right here, on the right hand side, there's a little thing, and you just flip it up. I always try to catch that bolt. And see, when you flip this up, when you get it up straight up, this here will pop right out. Well, supposed to. There it went. It just pops right out. And you got a rod in there. Be sure you put that rod back, because this is your blow-by port. And you just literally change this little plastic piece off, and you know, take the wood off and then change it to the plastic. It's not a hard process, but do make sure that you get this good and snug, and then just push that back down, and it's good to go. These old SKSs are tough as nails. I mean, I've had several and they shoot good. I remember when I was younger, let me let you back down so you can see my face. When I was younger, about 21, you could go to any gun store when they first started importing these and pick them up for $99, $69. Some of them was $129 for the nicer ones. You know, they wasn't that expensive. Now you go in the stores and look up SKS and stuff, and they're almost $1,000. And they do shoot good. They hold a 10-round clip. And they are semi-automatic. But I'll tell you right now, if you now don't go buy full metal jackets. They sell soft points for this, for deer hunting. And I'm telling you right now, this is as good a deer cartridge as any gun out there. I've killed several with the SKS because that's all I had. And like I said, they were cheap. This one here come from my brother. He bought it, I believe, in like 91 or 92 and gave us around $100 for it. And this in here comes from a buddy I went to school with. And he bought it about the same time frame. And see, on these wooden stocks, they've got a kit back here to clean your SKS with. You just push this up, and the little cleaning kit pops out the back. And it's got a little rod right here that goes on the front of the SKS. I've got this one off. But it's got a little brush and a little squeegee thing and all that. You just screw it on there, and you got it all right there with you. So, I mean, they're pretty nice, neat little guns. They shoot a 7.62 by 39. And it's basically a 30 caliber bullet. I have both the flat and the round bayonets for these. But I took them off because of, I hunt with them. Or I'm going to hunt with them. But they just a nice little neat gun. They're easy to take apart and clean. I know people have got, 30, 45 round magazines in them. But some of them work. Some of them don't do so good. They'll shoot 3 or 4 times a jam, 3 or 4 times a jam. But if you leave that in it and get you a couple of stripper clips to hold 10 rounds, you just simply, when that bolt flies open, signifying it's empty like that right there, you just set that stripper clip right there in that little groove, and you pick the front of the shell up, and it's loaded right there just in a second flat. And this, I don't consider this a spray and pray gun. You just don't shoot a bunch of rounds with it and let it go. But, I just wanted to bring it on here and show it to you. And to release that bolt, if you ain't got shells in it, just release your magazine down a little bit, pull back, which lets that clip thing fold down. You can put your thing back up without getting your fingers caught. Now, another neat thing on this is it's got these little sights that just slide up. And they go from 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 to all the way up to 1,000 yards. And right there would be 1,000 yards. See how it's raised up? I don't know that I would take 1,000-yard shot with the iron sights, but within 100, 200 yards all day, every day, it's no problem. And both these have good rifles in them. They seem to be in real good shape. I'm going to keep this one kind of the way it is. I may trade this and put it on this one if it fits it, so I can put a scope on the one I like to deer hunt with. And then I'll put this one back more towards the original. And let me see. You're just taking right here, there's a little lever. You just pick it up. It's supposed to pick up easy, but they don't never. They got a little dimple right there. It makes it hard to get open, which I guess that's a good thing. But you just raise that up. And then this should just pick up. No, you pull it out. It pulls out. It should just pull straight to the side. I got a bunch of baby turkeys and chickens in here. I guess y'all can hear them peeping and all that. But some of them's trying to escape, Their little totes. They'll be going outside tomorrow. I always say when they get big enough to fly out of that tote, they're big enough to go outside. Let me do it on this Romanian. Okay, right here, see this little wing? You just flip it up. And then it should just pull to the side. Well, that nut does easy. Obviously, white nut's hard. Then you just pick it up, and it does have a spring in here. So you got to watch and make sure that spring don't go flying across the house. And that's all you do is you take that back plate off. I'll see if I can get this other one off. It's got some kind of little, like set screws. I don't know what they've done here. I'm just going to tap that back in and leave it because I don't know how that works. It may be they're set, it's got set screws to tighten it up on the sides. And right now I don't have a wrench handy to fit that, to break it loose. So I'll just wait and I'll put this one back on this Romanian. But basically to put it back, you just slide this spring back in there. And I always catch it right before that hole. There's a hole here that piece goes into. And this here will slide up, and then it goes, you'll hear it go back into place against that. You just slide it in and click it forward. Then you just work your boat. And see how it catches? You just drop that down a little bit, pull it back, and it'll release it to there too. But I want to come on and show you these. And I wanted to show you how to convert that back. See, they make all these high capacity magazines. I think this is a 40 or 30 round. This is a 30 round. Here's a 20 round. And they're neat. I mean, that's a good way to get out there and just bam, 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 bam till the cows come home. And I guess if it come into a, crap hit the fan situation, I have several of these high capacity magazines, and I might convert it back over if I can get them, to where they work exactly like they're supposed to. But most of them don't. But I can about load it with a stripper clip faces. You can sit there and load all this. But I hope this helps somebody. If you have any questions, write them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them. I've got a camera thing ordered that holds the phone where I can rotate it down and up and around and all this. Just waiting on it to come in. And I ordered one that will take the phone, hold it up to my scope, and you can see everything's in the scope and all that. For deer season this year, I'm going to take y'all on deer hunt with me. And if it's something like this, I'll just have to put it on a stand and or even a boat gun. All my boat guns got scopes. If I can get this off, this is going on this and over here. I'd like to keep this here kind of just, for the nostalgia of it, just as original as it can be. And, use the other one for hunting and stuff. But they're just neat old guns. They used to be cheap as dirt, but anymore they're expensive as all get up. And, I wouldn't care to have a dozen of them, but they're just, if they was still $69, $79, I would. But they're not. You know, every now and again you'll find one that's beat up pretty bad and stuff, and they'll have it for $500-600. But man, the days of cheap guns is over. I'm just telling you. You used to be able to go out, you know, if you had $400 or $500 on you, you could buy you a good high-powered rifle and maybe even get you a shotgun or 22 thrown in. But those days are over. But I'll let you go. Y'all have a good day. Have a blessed day. Be good to each other. Pray for each other. And like and subscribe if you don't mind. If you got any questions, write them in the comments. And, you know, if you want me to redo this where you can see it better, I will. Because, you know, there's a lot of these old guns out there, and I guess people want to see how they come apart and stuff. But it was just the simplest gun made, I believe. Well, I'll let you go. We'll see you on the next video.